Hello everyone on Talk About Autism. Again, thank you for taking the time to watch my video updates and provide your feedback on how I've been progressing. 2014 has indeed been a year of experiences and learning for me. First of all, I want you all to know that my final decision on Cranfield has been made. My dream is not dead, Ed. It's not, and I still wish to improve there, but I was not adequately prepared in the way of maths or what kind of support they would provide. So I am leaving the pre-masters course, but I do have misgivings about it, especially after all the praise I received. But I can't let other people influence my life. I can't in this kind of way. My parents were prepared to make the decision for me today, but I could not allow it. But it had to be down to me, and after hearing what they said at the university, I came to the decision that I need to prepare myself, if I do in other ways. I need experience in the workplace. That is what I need now, it is. And to fill in the knowledge gaps in the way in which this pre-masters course could not. In the way of mathematics, the best option would have been to take the OU course, which was originally recommended to me. But what I plan to do in 2015 is it's time to really develop myself in engineering in a professional environment. One of the options I'm looking at is the craft apprenticeship in Stevenage. I don't need to worry about being overqualified. I just need to get into it. That'll take place over 3 years here, possibly, or whatever else, or depending on what I get into. But once I find a chance to work professionally in engineering, I can build up my confidence. I can, and that my degree really does mean something. But also, as for improving my knowledge gaps, it seems that the OU did not cover the kind of maths needed for a master's course at this level, so I need to work on my maths. So I might consider doing private tuition with some more advanced maths than the maths book I had before I sold it on eBay. A bit more up-to-date Stroud maths. And really, if I want to get into engineering, I have to make it happen myself and not rely too much on others, because it can be like they can dangle a carrot in front of you and then take it away, which is something I've discovered. Again, I do have misgivings about my decision, but it will prove to be right in the long run. You see, all the support I was entitled to was just Randstad mentoring from the Open University. I wasn't entitled to private tuition. I should have had more money. I should have to pay privately, and I should have gotten Kamar, my maths tutor, sooner. You know, maybe I could have been better at other things, but it's not just the maths, it's other things. It is like I wasn't taught sufficiently how to use MATLAB. They just threw a lot of exercises at me and just had an instruction book and just hoped I would pick it up, but it's not that easy. It's not. So really, when you go to a university, you want to go to university, you have to know the kind of support they're entitled to. You have to you can't just go to an assessment and expect that they'll give you everything you ask for, you hope for. You have to make sure you know what kind of support they're going to offer before you go. But I do feel that I would be capable of doing the work with better support. So my dream, like I've said, is not going to die here. It's not. I still wish to do an MSc in the future after I've had a break and I've had a chance to improve my math skills and gain experience in the workplace. So in 2017, 2018, I'm going to go back and do the MSc in astronautics, hopefully, on the part-time option, which will mean only 6 or 7 weeks a year at attendance at university, and I can keep working that way. It'll mean going back to Tesco, it will, after this weekend, which is when we're going to Bruges, which will be a chance to get away from it all. But I do not wish to waste away at Tesco, although I will be glad to be earning money again, which is something I have missed. I still wish to follow Tim Peake into space, and he's now a little over 11 months away from launch. I have every intention of being the next British astronaut selected by ESA, whenever that'll come in the 2020s, hopefully. I will make myself shine, I will. And I'm working somewhere like Stevenage and earning a degree at Cranfield. I will not let dropping out of the pre-masters, damage myself. Cranfield has an excellent reputation, and I'm sure with adequate knowledge of maths and with private support, I know I can do it. I can at a more paced rate. And in fact, the course administrator, who has heard of my decision now, she said I'm a very focused and determined person. That's what I need. I'm focused on what I want to do, but I wasn't focused. I wasn't on what the university truly offered, and I wasn't focused on where my weaknesses truly laid. And by the way, don't worry about my hand. Just fell off the bike. I did. Nothing broken. I now know where sometimes I have to try the wrong thing in order to find it. But I've looked at astronauts. I cannot let how I am my own person. I am not Tim Peake. I am not going into the army to learn to fly. I'm not gonna copy what he does as just because as I am my own person. I am Jack Dove. If I have to get my own way, but I do not wish to go, and I do not wish to go as a tourist into space. I want to go professionally and do things like spacewalks and scientific experiments on the space station, if it's still up there by the time I get selected, or go on to asteroids and explore them. Things tourists will never get a chance to do. Like Tom Jones said to me 3 years ago, a spacewalk was the best professional achievement of his career. And I know it would be for me. He called it the experience of a lifetime, a spacewalk. Or going out the hatch and walking in space. And he did it. He did. Staying at NASA for a 4th shuttle mission to get it as well. If you don't know what I'm talking about, how to look up his look up astronaut Tom Jones, and you'll know what I mean when he had to stay for a 4th shuttle mission to get a spacewalk. But anyway, like I've said, it's not just the support you need. You need a professional. You need a warm, home, safe environment, and then also how the kind of people share your experiences. I mean, I got on well with the guys on the course. I did. Once I got to know them, although I vented my frustrations on them a bit. They were clearly dedicated to what they were doing, although they were struggling like me. I see that my autism makes me no different than they are. That's something I've had trouble coming to terms with. But, like I've said, my dream does not die. Cranfield has not seen the last of me. It hasn't. And when I go back, I will make it work. I will not make it a 3rd time. I made it through more than 2 months this time. And it was a definite improvement from Hatfield. And so, to everyone listening, I think that's all I can manage to say for now. A Merry Christmas to all of you, and I will update again once I know what my plans are going to be, which may or may not be in January, but I still have a lot to look forward to in 2015. I'm going to make myself shine. I am by completing my scuba diving, starting my new apprenticeship, hopefully, or new place of work after the summer. I'm trying a few things like helicopter flying like Tim Peake and skiing like he does at the Snow Dome at MK. So, to everyone again, Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year for 2015. And one of new beginnings and new prospects for me. Good night.